everyone is having a wonderful day here. Uh, it's nightfall in Colorado, about 23 minutes to midnight. So I'm feeling happy and great just about life as a whole. Today's update, I'm sitting at 264 subscribers. I believe I gained another 10 subscribers overnight. So if you're new to the channel and has recently subscribed, thank you for subscribing. If you are returning subscribers, thank you for joining this live. This will be a quick live. I'll probably be on a good maybe 10, 15 minutes because I'm going to take me a quick nap because the exciting news is I'm about to go hiking. It's been 2 weeks since I've hiked after going nearly 6 or 7 weeks straight hiking. But I will be going. I've already gassed up my car. I went by Walmart and grabbed me some snacks and some Gatorade. So locked and loaded. I'm probably gonna prep my backpack. I got my items in the freezer and everything just getting cooled. So I'm really excited about today's hike. I will be finally going to the East Inlet to go hiking. I do have a list of 5 trails that I wish to hit. It is a very daunting task because it appears that some trails are 8 miles round trip, some is six, some is five, and then it's a short couple trails. So what I will be doing, I'll more than likely be leaving my apartment probably around 3, if not sooner than that, because I it's 107 miles to the East Inlet. So I do have a drive to go there. So I will be hiking Adams Falls and Cascade Falls for sure. After that is going to be some leeway of how I feel and where to go because the other 3 hikes that I'm looking at doing is the Lone Pine Lake Trail, Lake Verner, and Spirit Lake. Um, if I do all these hikes today, I'm probably going to be nearly 20 miles of hiking. So who knows? But I'm definitely going to do that. I was considering possibly doing another hike on Sunday, going back to Rocky Mountain National Park and doing Black Lake, Ribbon Falls, Frozen Lake, Shelf, and Solitude Lake. Uh, Will, thanks for joining my live. I'm just going over just the overall update of my account. If you don't know, I've been on YouTube exactly 2 months. I have 264 subscribers. So it's been a journey over the last 2 months. In May, I started on May 19th, ended the month at 7 subscribers. Then in the month of June, I uploaded more content and ended the month at 163 subscribers. And then so far this month, I've earned 100 subscribers. So I'm definitely taking a step in the right direction to get towards the 500 subscriber count, and then I'm gonna work towards getting to the 1,000 there. So I'm hoping to reach at least the 500 milestone by early next month, and then keep chipping away at the 1,000. Just to give you a little bit of feedback about myself, I do like hiking as a whole. It's a way to help with your mental health, but also it gives you the ability to just go and just take your mind off of life as a whole. Appreciate all Niner fans. Are always welcome on the channel. I've been a lifelong Niner fan my whole life. I'm a season ticket holder as well. So last 3 years I've been going to games faithfully, but I've been going to Niner games probably over the last 10 years. But becoming a season ticket holder 3 years ago really made my check the box for me as far as life goes. And I've been going to road games the last 4 years as well. So I think over the last 3 years, I've missed two games. I missed the Super Bowl last year. That's the only game I missed the whole season. And then the prior year, I believe I missed the Thanksgiving game during the 2022 season. So I'm locked and loaded this season. I can't wait to go to the games once the season starts. So anyone who's a Niner fan or just a sports fan as a whole, welcome to the channel. You'll see some Niner videos on this channel as well. But back to just hiking. Hiking just gives you the sense to just go out and just enjoy nature as a whole. Gives you the chance to just get away from the world and just. I like to just go and when I get to certain mountainsides, I just sit up and just be has a sense of meditation. Just be grateful just to have just be alive and just appreciate everything that you see, whether you're at the mountain high or looking at the valley low. But you know what, June '02, nothing wrong with you being a Cowboys fan. I really enjoy people that's dedicated to their teams. So I salute the Cowboys as well. I know you guys are our rival. We'll be playing you guys again this year. Hopefully you guys play us a little better, or it'll be another 42-10 type of game. But yeah, hiking this is a great opportunity just to get away. Some background with me. I've been to 40 out of the 50 states. I started hiking as a kid, and then once I joined the military at the high school in 2001, pretty much as an army soldier, we hiked probably 15 to 20 miles a week in basic training. And then when I got to my unit at Fort Benning in 2002, we probably ran 20 miles a week and then had to do a couple 12-mile ruck hikes a year. But yeah, that's a little bit about myself. I was in the military for about 8 years. Honorably served. I did three combat tours. 2002, we got deployed, and I believe we got deployed in May. We was there for about 6 months, just doing patrol on the Iraqi border, just to ensure that everybody was good to go regarding security around the border. In June, thank you for your service as well. I tell you what, man, we're opposites on everything. I like the Niners. You like the Cowboys. I'm an Army guy. You're a Navy guy. But salute to you as well. I'm all about us being on one team. So anyone who served that's in the chat or in the video, thank you for your service as well. 2002 I was part of Operation Enduring Freedom, and then we came back around Thanksgiving in 2002. Literally got out of deployment orders before Christmas, and January we was right back in Iraq for the Baghdad War. So I was part of the units that took over the airport. All the people that you saw pushing down statues, I got a chance to see that in real time. We did a lot of good things over there. Of course, as you know, there were no weapons of mass destruction there, but we did find a lot of weapon caches. We did pour in millions of dollars to ensure that they could vote for the leadership that they wanted in their country. And at the end of the day, I'm all about people being able to vote for whoever they want to have the type of government that they wish to have. So that was actually pretty good over there. Got a chance to do a lot of the things you see on Call of Duty. I've done all that in real life, whether it was 2002 or in 2003. 2005, we were all doing infantry things. So we wasn't in tanks. So we pretty much stacked on doors, cleared buildings, went on raids, went on patrol to make sure the roadways were cleared. Um, Everything you've probably seen on Battlefield or Call of Duty, I actually done it in a war zone. So I'm blessed to still be here, doing 3 deployments in a 3.5 years span is pretty crazy. And there's not too many people who actually survived them. So I'm very happy about just being here alive and well and just appreciating everything. Um, Another thing too about the military, like 8 years was a long time. I got stop loss while I was on active duty because my job was I was a field artillery computer specialist, and that job required a secret clearance. So a lot of people who served at that time, you couldn't even go near my tank, or because of the clearance you would have needed to go in there with the software and everything else. As it relates to PTSD, that's something that is something that I always look at. I had a lot of friends that I served with. Unfortunately, after the deployment, took their lives due to PTSD. I filed for PTSD as a veteran. I have it, but not. It doesn't affect me as it has affected a lot of other people. I think the biggest thing with me was in 2005 we was over there for a whole year, and we pretty much did 4 hour ops the whole throughout the whole day. So literally we would an hour before we went on patrol, we would basically make sure we did a inspection just to ensure that we had all the gear that we had, and then we went out for 2 hours and then came back and did another hour post inspection just to ensure that everything we brought out we brought back. So doing that at least 4 times a day was tough. At that time, the army only authorized you to get 4 hours of sleep. So just imagine pretty much working 20 hours a day for the whole year and only getting maybe 4 hours of sleep. That was tough. So only thing that's probably affected me from the 2005 tour was just not being able to feel tired. So it can be times in which I can be working and working and working and don't even think anything of it. And it's 24, 19 years later, I'm still the person that don't even know that I'm overdoing it. And then my body just to shut down and I'll just go to sleep and then sleep for 10 hours or sleep for 11 hours. So that's been my biggest aspect of PTSD. No nightmares, no dreams or anything like that. It just basically just been my sleep cycle, just been off for the last 19 years. But it affected some of my other friends worse than that. I can recall at least 5 or 6 guys that I served with actually committed suicide post deployment. That's why when it comes down to mental health and PTSD, it's something that I really do take seriously. That's one reason why I like hiking because it gives me the ability to reset. Because I can be working Monday through Friday, but if I get a chance to just go hiking or do something that I really enjoy, whether it's going to the 49ers game during the season, hiking throughout the year, it gives me the ability just to don't have any idle time. People who served in the military that's been deployed, especially with combat, any idle time that you have, sometimes your mind would tend to think about different things. Most people may go into depression, and if you don't have a good coping system as it relates to PTSD and mental health, it can really take over your mind, body, and your soul. Even if you have a good support system, family is good, but I think anyone who's ever served and been in theater like that, that's when a good friend comes in handy. Someone who's gonna tell you what it is. A lot of times, the family is going to tell you what you want to hear, but having a friend that's reliable that will listen to you is the best thing you can have as it relates to mental health and PTSD. I have a few friends that I still am in contact with. Actually, my squad leader, we reconnected a couple years ago, and he's about to retire now, and it was good to meet back up with him over the phone, and then the other squad leader that was part of the other second platoon. We actually lived in the same apartment building. Didn't even know I looked at him when I moved in a few years ago when I was in Delaware, and I knew he was from Delaware, but I didn't put two and two together, and I didn't see him again since for a while. So it's definitely it's definitely something to look at. Just reading some of the questions right now. So when I was in the army, I didn't have any relationships on active duty. Uh, when I when I got back off the last tour and I transitioned to the reserves, I did get in a relationship with one of my high school sweethearts that I had a crush on. We dated for a couple of years, and no, the relationship didn't work out, but it wasn't a bad relationship. I do think anyone who's in the military, that's anyone that can make it through a military relationship is that's something that's really really tough. I had a lot of friends that were married or was dating while we were on active duty, and it's tough because you got to think anyone that was in my shoes. We got deployed in 2002, we got deployed in 2003, and we got deployed in 2005. My third month at my unit at Fort Benning, right out of basic training AIT, I was in Kuwait. I got there in February 2002. May, I was in Kuwait, and literally from May to Thanksgiving, I was in Kuwait. Came back just around on Christmas, I mean on Thanksgiving time, and then 2 weeks later we got our deployment orders to go back overseas. So for another 7 months. So I can say right now, 7 months in 2002, I was in Kuwait. 7 months in 2003, I was in Kuwait. And then most of 2004, they sent us to do training in California at the Mojave Desert, at the National Training Center, NTC. Then they sent us to JRTC at Fort Polk to do mount training to stack on buildings and do a lot of the infantry tasks. And then all of 2005, the whole year we were deployed. So it was for me to have been at my unit from 2002 to February to April 2006. I was rarely in the States. Almost 3 years of my career on active was solely overseas in war and combat. So, of course, some of my friends who were married, their relationship didn't work, didn't last. Oftentimes, they married someone that they should not have, and some when we came back off deployment, all the money that they worked and earned that whole year, when they came back, whoever the person they were with took all their money, and then came when they got back, divorced them. So it was tough. That's why I appreciate women as a whole. But a military spouse is that's got to be one of the hardest jobs in the world, especially with guys like us who are in roles or in rapid deployment units that could get called up at any given time. We don't even have a say when we're going. We can literally get we can get word saying, "Hey, we're packing up in a couple weeks, and we literally got to grab our duffel bags and we got to go." So it's definitely something to think about as it relates to that there. So I always tell anyone who served, or even the people who are firefighters and everything. There, I saw someone mention that in the chat. That's a tough job too. My dad, he was a volunteer firefighter outside of his full time job. He did that on the side for a few years. Kudos to firefighters because that's also a hard gig there. So it's just, I just tell everyone, with me, I'm 41 years old. I served for 8 years, and a lot of those combat tours was tough, especially '05, because I can truly say in 2002 and 2003 when we deployed, we didn't lose anybody. We was on the front line. We got hit by a lot of roadside bombs, and we didn't lose anyone. But when we went back in 2005, or 2002 and 2003, we didn't lose anyone. As soon as went to 2005 and the mission changed, the rules and engagements pretty much changed. When we were deployed in 2002 and 2003, if we felt any resistance or felt threatened, we could shoot at will. When we got deployed in 2005, the rules and engagements changed, so we could not fire until we were fired upon. So, prime example, 2 weeks after we got to Iraq in 2005, we lost three people. Uh, routine routine patrol. We was in our 1114 armored Humvees, and someone shot an RPG. They shot through the gunner and the hatch. It killed the gunner. It killed the platoon sergeant that was in the right passenger front seat, and one of the rear seat soldiers. Um, the driver and the person behind him suffered second and third degree burns. So no one won in that situation. But it hit hard. You've seen movies in which people doing the ceremonies with the weapons and the Kevlar helmet on top. But when you're seeing it up close and personal, it gets real. Let's see here. I got a question. Any life advice for going to the Navy? What I would say is this: most military branches are pretty much the same. Me being an Army person, when I was in high school, I was a track and field athlete, and I was a cross country athlete. I also was in JRTC, and I had ambitions on going to school to be with a major of either computer science, computer engineering, or being an accountant. Those were the three that I wanted to do, but I couldn't decide. So what I did was, because I couldn't decide between going to run track, being a track athlete, or going to engineering, computer science, or accounting. So I decided to go in the military. Most of my family members already served. Most were in the army. I had a couple that went in the Air Force. One went in the Marines, and one went Navy. Because I couldn't decide what I wanted to do, I went in. I signed up for the Army. What I did was, with the GI Bill, I pretty much decided that once I get out the military, then I'll go to school. So I had an $80,000 GI Bill, and I had a $7,000 sign on bonus. So that's what I because I was undecided. That's what I did. So anyone who's considering going in the military, I would just say weigh out your options, see exactly what you may want to do. But if you are undecided, going into the military isn't a bad idea. I would just say just make sure you have your make sure you have a plan there. Because with me, I got stop loss, so I had to end up being on active duty 8 more months on top of my 4 year contract, and then even then, when you sign a contract on active duty, you pretty much sign up for 8 years. So even if you sign up to only do 3 or 4 or 5, they can recall you back for the remaining time that's less than 8 years. So what I did was I went into the reserves and finished off my remaining 3 years and 4 months um, at a Fort Jackson as in an HR role. So that's why I would encourage anyone. But with me, I don't regret it. June, I would just say this: military is a great place for you to start a career. It's a great place in which you get to build a great bond with the people that you work with and serve with. That bond that you gain with some of the people that you serve with is just as strong as a family member. Your brothers, your sisters. It's just a great place to be. The biggest advice I would give to anyone that's currently serving, um, just know what you're doing it for. You know, you are you went in for a particular reason. Uh, Maximize that time. Another thing I would encourage you to do as well is there are a lot of perks that we get from serving. So if you're on active duty, make sure before you leave active duty that you get your VA loan certificate. That way, when you get out the military and you want to get your home, you can, as long as you got that certificate, that pretty much backs you for a house. Normally, it goes up to either 250 or 300,000 or something. Or if you're someone who wants to flip houses, you can keep flip houses with your VA loan certificate. So it's a lot of things that I leaned on for a lot of the old heads that was in the military that knew things. I leaned on them with a lot of things. Correspondent courses. So if you served in the military, you can take correspondent courses. That some of the correspondence courses may help towards a college courses credits. Also, your job, like before you ETS, make sure that your arts transcript is good to go. The arts transcript is basically anyone that serves in the military, your job translates to college credits, no matter what roles you had. So when you are to go into school at either a 2 year or 4 year school, you can literally get your arts transcript, and then that can be translated to college credit. So that can give you a leg up on your degree there. And then even if you are currently serving, there are programs also that's on active duty basis that you can go to school for free without using your GI Bill that they cover you. So I was able to take a few college courses when I was at Fort Benning. I believe about 10 to 12 credits. I took a couple of classes at night um, near the ACS building at Fort Benning. So you can take college credits on active duty for free. Your military MOS does translate to college credit. So when I went to go into my undergrad, I had almost 63 credit hours between my correspondent courses, the college credits that I did take, and then my MOS. All of those translated over to college credit. So I ended up getting my bachelor's degree in a year and a half because my military MOS and some of the college courses I took and correspondent courses translated over. So, June, I would just say keep your head in the game. You're a young person. Just again, know what you're doing it for, and then when it's time for you to either re-enlist or get out, just have a plan. Whether you're gonna pursue a college degree or go into another career, as long as you have a plan, that's the best advice I can give everyone. Don't make uh, don't make a quick decision that could cause you to lose everything as well. Um, Relationships, a lot of people in the military, you got to be careful too of your surroundings when you're on active duty. There, some people especially people that's right off post. They know you're soldiers, and they'll take advantage of you. Whether it's you're going to a car lot, they know that you're a military person, and most people don't know about interest rates. They don't know about anything else. They'll sell you on getting a car, or if you go to a mall. When I was in Columbus, Georgia, right outside Fort Benning, every time we went to a mall, they knew who the soldiers were. They'll try to sell you some jewelry, or they'll try to sell you computer systems. And they knew that it was something called allotments in place that you can pretty much, it's almost like a layaway. You can go someplace and get something and then set up an allotment that comes out of your paycheck and goes straight to them. But oftentimes they've upcharged the price of the item. I ended up paying like $3,000 for a laptop, a Sony laptop that didn't even last during my deployment. So it's things like this that you got to worry about when you're on active duty. People are taking advantage of you, whether like I said, cars, malls, and then if you're a guy, like I said, you got that look. So be careful too when you're going out. I've been with people who went out and people threw something in their drinks or and was taken advantage of. Um, some people that when you're going out as well, some of the women that's out there, they know that you're soldiers. They know what benefits that they can get from you if they get married with you, get married to you. A couple of my friends that they didn't um, they didn't adhere to a lot of the advice that others were telling them, and again, they end up getting married, having kids, and got deployed and came back with no money and a paperwork saying that for a divorce. So it's things like that. Those are the biggest lessons learned that I would tell anyone. I'm knocking on wood right now that I'm someone who made it through my 8 years um, with no issues. Didn't get married. Didn't have any kids when I was in the military. Still don't have any kids to this day. I'm just looking at the big things in life now. Just managing stress, managing success as well. Just taking everything day by day. Having a lot of critical thinking as it relates to decisions that I make is one of the biggest things that I've leaned on as someone who is no longer in the military. So that's why on this channel, that's why I named it Traveling with Promise. Everything I do in life is with promise, whether it's traveling, hiking, vacation, sightseeing. It's with promise because it's just a situation in which everything that you do should be with promise. You got to be in expectations of getting better. You want to be able to anything you touch. You want it to make sure that it's going to be good. You want to have expectations of being great. Everyone has greatness in them. You just have to make sure that when you're on your path to being great, that you're just looking at things as what it is, and then just not making decisions that could cause you everything. That's the big thing there. Just being prayerful, just being someone who has faith is definitely something that you can always lean on as well. But it's very important that in life you think about things before you take actions, and then just make sure that you have a good work-life balance. Uh, if it's something that you really enjoy doing, do it. Um, One of the biggest lessons I've learned is I've been there. I was in the military, and I don't know what my limit is a lot. I just go. I'm gung ho at work 24/7, and I got burned out a few years after my military career in certain roles, and then I realized that you know what, life is going to go on. My employer going to be able to still do the job when I'm on vacation, because I saw a lot of people taking vacation throughout the year, and I didn't want to take vacation because I thought it would hurt the team. And then I realized that no, everyone needs time to reset. Everyone needs time to just do things just to get their mind off of work. And whatever you do in life that you enjoy doing, make sure you got that in place. Because if you don't have something that you really enjoy doing, even your job, then because if you have a job that you really enjoy, it won't even feel like it's a job. But but if you're miserable in a role, you'll be dreading it every day. That's why on this channel here, it's a lot of things that I have on this channel that I enjoy doing. Like I said, I enjoy hiking. I enjoy just observing waterfalls, looking at mountain views, going on vacations, 49er games. It's about 6 or 7 different niches on my channel that I have that I really enjoy doing. And that's what's keeping me motivated and keeping me mentally stable to get through each day. So the biggest thing I would tell anyone is just in life, just know what you're doing it for. Whether you have a family, whether you're working towards a career, you're working towards a degree, whatever you do in life, do it with your heart, do it with your mind, and do it with your spirit. And don't let anyone discourage you from where you want to go. You keep your head up. And one thing about me, I smile through everything. You would think my nickname is Smiley because I am someone who's going to remain positive no matter what. Life hasn't been perfect for me. I can't sit here and say that everything that I want in life I got. But what I did do is any adversity that I went through, any failures that I achieved, I looked at it as a lesson learned to ensure that the next time something like that happens, I won't make the same mistake as I made previously. I won't keep my head down when I fail. I won't let what someone thinks of me dictate my future. I won't do that. And neither should you. So it's just a matter of just keeping your head in the game, remaining positive, and wear a smile. You can smile through the pain. You can smile through anything you got going in life. People people would not have known that I've been going through things for years because I always wore a smile. I never let what was going on in my life, I never wore it on the outside. Because when you're carrying that weight with you, it can lead to detrimental actions. So I would just tell everyone, whatever you do in life, just do it with promise. And that's like I said, that's why it's in my tag, traveling with promise. It's just a something that I've always held true with. Because I promise you, if you do anything with promise, you're gonna get through it. You're gonna stand through the test of time. You're gonna make it to your destination. Obstacles are gonna come. You're gonna have some ups and downs, but as long as you can keep moving forward, you may have to make some stops. You may have to take some rest breaks, but keep moving forward because that's something that you're gonna be able to look back on at some time. And you know what? Your story is gonna be something that is gonna help someone else get through something. All the trials and tribulations you may have gone through, it may not have been for you. It may be what someone else needed to hear on how they could get through something. That's how I've looked at everything in life. And it's like I said, I've had my cloudy days, my rainy days. It hasn't always been sunshine, but at the end of the tunnel or after rain starts happening, you'll see a rainbow. You'll see the sun coming out through the clouds. There's always been a path to greatness. You may have some rain, you may have some thunderstorms, you may have snow, but it's gonna dry. It's gonna dry up at some time. That sun is gonna come out, and you're gonna make it on the other side. So, everyone that's joining the live, thank you so much for joining. Um, and I like interaction like this here in the chats, and I get that's why I like going live in the middle of the night. This is my second time going live in the middle of the night, and it's been a lot of good dialogue on the live. It's just a matter of just hanging in there. Um, June. Thanks for subscribing. And like I said, if it's anything you may need or any advice, reach out to me, man. I'm all about giving any advice to anyone who's served, considering serving, or anyone who just want to talk about anything. I'm always here, not only for you, but for anyone who's have questions or just needs someone to talk to. So thanks so much for joining my live. I'm going to take me probably a couple hours of nap, and then probably around 2:30, 3 o'clock a.m. I'm gonna get dressed, grab my hiking gear, and then hit the trail. Um, as always, everyone who's joined the channel, everyone who's viewing my live, keep your head up, don't give up, and most important, stay blessed. Take care.